Hello Real Estate, George here, a PRC and DHSUD accredited salesperson under license number 0021980, and today I will be sharing with you more information about the ongoing petition drive from a Better Real Estate Philippines movement as it aims to make the Resa law a better law and why you need to take part of in this movement by signing up. Now, I would like to put in a little bit of heads up as well as set the right expectations. My source of the content of this video is from the website www.ABetterRealEstate.ph, and you can visit the site for its actual text. And to put context to these proposals, I also quoted certain provisions from the implementing rules and regulations of Republic Act 9646, known as the Real Estate Service Act, or commonly known as the Resa law, which can also be found from the government website www.prc.gov.ph. Now, I am not an expert of the law, nor will I attempt to do so. The intent of this video is to provide awareness and appreciation of the advocacy of a Better Real Estate Philippines movement. Now, let us start with defining the Resa law. The Resa law, or the Real Estate Service Act of the Philippines, is an act regulating the practice of real estate service in the Philippines, creating for the purpose a professional regulatory board of real estate service, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. And according to Section 2 on the Declaration of Policy, I quote, "The state recognizes the vital role of real estate service practitioners in the social, political, economic development and progress of the country by promoting the real estate market, stimulating economic activity, and enhancing government income from real property-based transactions. Hence, it shall develop and nurture through proper and effective regulation and supervision a core of technically competent, responsible, and respected professional real estate service practitioners whose standards of practice and service shall be globally competitive and will promote the growth of the real estate industry." End of quote. And without a doubt, real estate is a key pillar of the Philippine economy, a 760 billion industry. The company's future prosperity relies on the healthy performance of the real estate market. Moreover, more than half of the 1.6 trillion in OFW remittances, another major economic contributor, is used to invest in real estate. The most pressing issue in Philippine real estate is the growing 6.75 million unit housing backlog, that there are an estimated 21.3 million or 1 in 5 Filipinos without decent or formal housing. Even more alarming are the estimates from industry experts that the backlog will balloon to 22 million units by 2040 if not addressed today. And while on the surface it may seem that the market is dominated by top developers who only cater to the upper middle income bracket and above, the reality is that there are hundreds of real estate firms in the country with the means and the intent to provide for socialized and low-cost housing. So, what is the real problem that is aggravating the housing backlog? It is the restrictive national policy that is bogging down local real estate entrepreneurs. After 10 years of implementation of Republic Act 9646, otherwise known as the Real Estate Service Act of 2009 or the Resa law, the industry has come to understand that it is an inherently flawed bill. It has put up monumental barrier for entry for many aspiring real estate entrepreneurs. Real estate entrepreneurs are the market touch points for developers. They provide on-ground insight into the market demands. Depriving developers of such insights prevents them from expanding to the underserved corners of the Philippines, and in the process, continue to deprive millions of Filipinos of owning a home. The consequences of Resa law's passing have led to the development of a real estate market that is anti-poor, anti-Filipino, and anti-progress. The movement have three arguments. The first is the world's most expensive, prohibitive certification process. Article 3 of the Resa law requires a Professional Regulation Commission or PRC licensure examination for those who aspire to become a real estate entrepreneur outside of salespersons, and a subsequent registration with the Housing and Land Use Regulatory Board or HLURB, or what we know now as DHSUD. Section 14 states that to qualify for this process, applicants must hold a Bachelor of Science in Real Estate Management or BSREM. None of the successful real estate models in the world have such a requirement like Singapore or the US, and yet here in the Philippines, we require practitioners to pay for a full 4-year course to enter the profession. These courses average around 300,000 pesos for the tuition fee alone, even more in some cases. What's more, Resa states that there must be a 1:20 ratio of brokers to salespersons. Salespersons must become accredited by the PRC before they are able to officially practice, a process that some report to take longer than 2 years. And for many, this means more than 2 years where an aspiring salesperson remains unprotected from abusive and malicious brokers who hold commission hostage. The second one is the preferential treatment of foreigners over Pinoys. The 1:20 rule for brokers to salespersons only applies to local firms, meaning none of the foreign companies operating in the Philippines are subject to such restriction. At a time where the job market is as competitive as it is, the law favors foreign or alien agents over Filipinos. Even more concerning is that the lack of regulation of these foreigners have bred several informal and irregular practice in the real estate market that remain to be unseen by regulators, including real estate brokers, assessors, consultants, and salesperson. There are currently 100,000 to 300,000 Filipino real estate practitioners in the country, and that is not even counting those who wish to become one or those who have chosen not to renew their certification. The law must change to favor our Filipinos and ensure their livelihoods. The third argument is anti-technology and anti-progress. Despite the shortcomings of this law and the inconsistencies in its implementation, innovative Filipino firms have begun leveraging technology to create solutions that overcome challenges while staying with the legal boundaries. And yet, because of skepticism and conflicting interest, many of these revolutionary ideas are aggressively shut down before they have a chance to make a positive impact on the industry. The Resa law was drafted over a decade ago and failed to consider the evolving technological landscape of the market and must be updated to meet the changing needs. So what can be done to fix this law? We, the movement of A Better Real Estate Philippines, aim to amend Republic Act 9646 so that it addresses the following 7 points. The first one is to create a National Real Estate Commission to serve as the sole regulatory body to ensure the goal of the professionalization of individuals who wish to join the real estate service community. PRC should continue to license brokers, but the Real Estate Commission will be responsible for registering and providing jobs for salespersons. This will also encourage licensing to be expedited, and we recommend that licenses be released on the same day of application. The one-day release of the ID will help provide more jobs and opportunities for entrepreneurs. Second is BSREM should be made as an optional course. Remove the mandatory 4-year BSREM course as a requirement for licensing of new brokers and appraisers, as it is impractical, irrelevant, and onerous. The third one is to create opportunities for more real estate entrepreneurs. Remove the limitations as to the number of agents per broker to allow for growth and opportunity for those who wish to join the real estate sales force. The fourth one is relegate training to real estate agencies. Relegate seminars and training to real estate agencies similar to that of the insurance industry in order to prevent the abuse of seminar providers from making cash cows out of brokers and salespeople. And the fifth one is eliminate double or extraneous assessments. Override Presidential Decree 957 with a new decree to eliminate double or extraneous assessments to real estate sellers. The sixth one is expand the scope of the real estate profession. Expand the scope of real estate sellers to include high school graduates of legal age as sales referrers to provide livelihoods to as many Filipinos. And expand the scope of the real estate service profession to include property managers, building administrators, and other professions directly related to real estate. And the last one is establish equal protection for local real estate entrepreneurs. Provide for protection and benefits to duly licensed real estate sellers to ensure that they are afforded the same opportunities as foreign sellers. So let's unite and sign this petition to protect local real estate entrepreneurs and address the housing backlog, make the industry more inclusive, recognize the contributions of real estate entrepreneurs to the country's growth, and promote better real estate for the Philippines. And for more updates on this legislative advocacy, you may join us at www.facebook.com/groups/ABetterRealEstatePhilippines. And once again, this is George Ryan Sarmago, and I hope I have provided you with the information you need to be able to support this movement. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay at home, and peace.